Welcome back to Coffee and Chel. Welcome in, everyone. Today's video, we are going to discuss Fantasy Week 2. We're also going to go over some fantasy card updates and then my issue with objectives currently in Hockey Ultimate Team. So first, let's start with Week 2 of the Face-Off event. I think I might have said fantasy, but the Face-Off event, it did come out on Tuesday last week. That was for the launch of the NHL season. So with the timer of the objectives, it is going to come out on Friday, not today. So today should be a normal release where we get maybe game breakers or event items, stuff like that. It'll be a normal content release. I'm praying for a decent Pacific Division defenseman. I think that'd be pretty big for all of my McDavid captain owners out there. That being said, yeah, it'll be Friday. I saw a lot of questions about if they're going to get the face-off cards for week 2. So next, fantasy card update. Couturier potted 2. So one of the more not exciting players, unless you're a Flyers fan, obviously, has one of the best face-off ratings. He just needs a couple goals to get his skating where it's usable. His skating is quite low, but at 99, he's going to be one of the best cards in the game. So if you have Couturier, you lucked out. It looks like Letang is hurt again, and that's pretty tough. So when it comes to what cards I think that are going to, pop off and kind of be the most useful or the MVPs, Hall is definitely it. He scored again over the weekend. So, him going up in prices, or he's going to be the max price. So he's now going to be an 86 overall, which is pretty crazy because he does fit some line combos and things like that. So if you have Taylor Hall, that was the card I wish I could have gotten. But yeah, that looks like it's me fun. JVR also scored, which is hilarious. So he came back into the lineup and he now scored. So you're starting to see he was the cheapest one because no one wanted him because he wasn't even playing. And now he's starting to raise in price too. It's funny how the fantasy event works in terms of that. Burakovsky also scored. So Beauvillier had another one. He had a nice tip-in goal. So they're starting to, some are starting to pop off. You're starting to see the Spurgeon and all of the least popular ones. They're still really getting hammered in price, but I'm still waiting on Liljegren. I'm not paying more than 600,000 coins for him. Even that would be a bit of a stretch. I think that after watching all the Sharks games, there's just dumb luck is going to be what drives his price. And for anyone, all the whales out there that are just buying him up and putting him at $1 million, I don't know how you're going to find someone silly enough to do that. So good luck to you. Maybe he scores. Who knows? Let's talk about the objectives. So this past weekend, it really, it was the first time where I felt like, man, there's nothing to do. And then I compounded that by making Connor McDavid and Lindros and Gartner and then being tied to okay, I need to chase after specific cards that are available right now. And the problem is that content doesn't come out until Tuesday. So I made a whole video on the chasing of it and what you don't want to do. And just really, I couldn't figure out why I was just so over it. I've also been playing for a month straight, but I hadn't really felt like that at all. And then it kind of hit on me that there's just no objectives because the face-off objectives, they came out last Tuesday and they don't reset until Friday, right? There would be at least something to grow and grind for, right? It's been 10 days of no objectives. So without ranked rewards, I got to platinum. So that was pretty cool. But once I got to platinum, I didn't really have any grind to feel immediately to go up because I know it's going to be just an absolute battle all season long to get any higher than that. Plat is kind of like the low end of Division 1. Maybe Plat 2 would be the low end of Division 1, but I would say getting to Plat is 2,000 skill rating in the prior years, so I'm very proud of that. But that being said, without objectives to do, there's really no reason to do Cup Chase, in my opinion. I've talked about this a lot that I'm only doing Cup Chase if there is objectives. And then I was doing extra ones because the rewards felt good, but I just don't feel like doing that because I'm not an offline player, right? So hopefully we get some more objectives today and tomorrow and leading in. But it really goes to show, when there isn't an objective list to go after, man, there's just not a lot to grind for. And they really need to figure out something. There needs to be a ranked objective path. I was thinking about this earlier, score 50 goals in ranked. Things like that just happen passively to get packs would go a long way. And, that would be sweet. The only other way would be event items in ranked, but they count the same. So if you're going to hammer your team by putting in lesser event items, it's just too hard for especially players that are in gold and above. Like it's just gonna be so difficult. So we'll have to wait and see on that. Let's get into the comments and questions yesterday. This had 77 likes. So we'll start here with 8-man plays. He says the problem right now and going forward is the rewards don't match the content drops. I'm getting 80 plus cards in packs for going through the entire tier of plat ranked. I'm getting maybe 182 overall card for grinding out a full superstar cup chase run. Well, you're getting 100%. You're getting an 82 overall at least. I'm getting maybe a couple 82s in a pack with a hard cap of like 2 83s for winning 15 plus games in champs. For most players, that takes them 2 to 3 weeks to accomplish. The barrier of entry is now 83s for top cards and top icons and heroes. Our alumni, which is harder to pull, especially 84s. This game doesn't have the player base and size to sustain these crazy market prices with such low rewards being given out, and it'll only get worse when the 89 and 90 icons require even higher overalls. Yeah, the only way to combat this is if they really increase the reward drop. So Superstar Cup Chase, it's got to give it like 84s on Season 2, right? It's got to give out 84s. That would be the only way to really combat that. And again, they need to figure out a ranked reward path. Like that, my guess is on Season 2 that which is too late in my opinion, but I think that we'll get an objective path for ranked. That would be my guess to try and combat that and get it fixed. Because you're right. When everything went up +1 overall, 82s and to going to 83s, you're right. There isn't a lot of coins being given out. So even if you sold everything, you're still in a rough spot. But it is this current setup is really going to push the casual player away because you're right. It's going to take you weeks to accomplish trying to build one of these high-end cards. I do, however, think that protecting the really high-end cards, so like Lindros, McKinnis, those guys, like they should be expensive because they're the best cards in the game, right? And if everyone got them right immediately, it kind of defeats the purpose of like playing a lot, like being rewarded for your play. It's a delicate balance, but they definitely need to figure out the rewards here because I don't think there should be just blanket tons of packs, but you're right. There should be 82s given out more commonly or 83s that are usable, right? Like that is 100% something that should be addressed. Beard and Barbecue says, as a purely offline player, I'm finding myself playing Superstar Cup Chase and not really caring about the line combos at this point. I've got my 4th line that is a combo for AP, or when my team gets to that level, we'll use for salary. But really enjoying using players from the events, and then my team made up of my favorite players. I followed your videos to this point, which is sell everything that you earn as tradable. So I have some solid coins built up, but man, the rewards for Cup Chase are killing me. Maximum is around an 82, 3 Superstar runs in a row, and I've got a max 81 for winning the Cup. The winning the Cup pack is worse than the making the finals pack, which is odd. This was great at launch, but we really need some quality cards for a reward for grinding. Yeah, I think that needs to be bumped up one. I think that 83 would probably be it. That would solve a lot of issues if it was a guaranteed 83, because a guaranteed 83 would allow you to go into the captains, and that's kind of like the main card. So that would be kind of big. Still loving the game with Cup Chase. I've been playing more games than I've ever before, but would really love these packs to have something in it, even if it's a choice of something higher level untradeable packs. Kilo the Great War from Australia. Bonjour. I'm in complete agreement here. Like I said, I think that if the at least Cup Chase matched to 83, the ranked reward system needs to be fixed. Imagine you just did ranked seasons back from like NHL 18, which is basically Cup Chase, and you just did a 8-game season, 10-game season, and depending on how many wins you get, you make the playoffs, and then you play, and you don't even need to you match up against your same skill level, but you don't even need to, because that would determine the rewards. But you don't even need to make it where you only match up players that are in the playoffs. You could just match up, like your playoff game is like someone's first game. That would solve matchmaking. But yeah, like that's how I would fix ranked right now if there was a way around it. I just wish there was. So we'll see. The fact that I have played team after team in champs with Lindros, McDavid, Gartner already, and I'm getting outskated numerous times a game just because I don't have the exact line yet is demoralizing as hell. I even bought 2 of the best alumni packs to try and get Lindros, and I'm still 284 short. The rewards are absolute garbage. The pack pull rates are garbage, and defense is nearly impossible when pochecks don't work, and the fatigue pressure gauge is disgustingly OP. This is the first year where it's been an absolute struggle to keep up with other teams. I usually always have a top-end team to compete with, not this year apparently, and it's 100% rewards and pull rate based. I've been playing Battlefield 6 the last couple days, and it's been amazing. A reprieve from this sick HUD addiction of mine. So I do want to point out that, like, there it is very easy to make a no money spent team. Like I still fully believe that. Like it is a very easy way, but you have to do it a specific way. You can't play the way that you want to get a good team no money spent. I think that's a pretty big issue, and I think they need to figure out a way to fix that. The other issue is the bottleneck in ranked. Like that, the bottleneck in ranked needs to be addressed because it's just you're getting absolutely crushed and you're not progressing at all. So it's a major issue. Like that needs to be fixed. The fatigue, I don't know what happened since Friday, but there is a major issue with the fatigue. I don't know what happened. Like I'm talking if you don't change your line every rush, everyone's yellow. Like it is crazy. And I don't hate the fact that you have to roll all four lines. I actually do enjoy that. But if you're a casual player, you're not thinking about changing lines, right? Like that is a skill gap. To be honest with you, it is. If you watch like top end players play, that when they send their players to change lines, like it is legitimately a skill because I know there's a ton of people, myself included, when I'm not paying attention and there's a turnover, like even like around the face-off dots in the offensive zone, and if you go and change your defenseman, they're gone. There is no like reading the play by the AI. If you send them to the bench, they're going to the bench, even if someone's coming right at them. And that's causing an issue for a lot of people. But it has made me think. I've talked about this too about building your fourth line. When I've sewered my fourth line for salary AP, I like when they're on, they're a liability, and that needs to like you know what I mean. Like so, you have to build your fourth line, but I get you. Like, if you are an online player like myself, I've just been playing because of during my subathon. But if you're an online player like myself and you don't enjoy doing anything else, like the grinding and whatnot, like I don't know how. I guess like the XP path, but the XP path doesn't even have anywhere close. You could only do 4 of those 81 plus packs. So that's one card, and you might just pull an 81. So, I'm glad that you started playing Battlefield 6. I played it over the last weekend. I did the campaign just to get a feel for Battlefield again. I played like the beta a ton. Battlefield, if you have a couple buddies, it is one of the best games. If you don't have any buddies to play with, it's not nearly as fun. That's the difference between Call of Duty and Battlefield. I think that Battlefield is far more fun, especially for all skill levels. But you need to have a squad. If you don't have a squad and you're just playing solo, it is one of the more unenjoyable experiences because you'll just lose more often than not because everyone's just kind of running around. You need to have like a squad doing the same thing over and over for objectives. So speaking about schedule, okay, it was a big content drop, but Friday night I didn't play much at all after spending time in the menus, looking at the new card collection and line combos, then a fair amount of time completing sets. Yeah, I'm done for the evening. I feel people that have limited time to play, the menus are so slow and the recurring disconnects happen. It's so frustrating. The menus and packs and stuff, 100% need to address that. They need to fix that for sure because when you're absolutely right. Like when you have limited time, and you've got to sit there and go through these slow menus. You can feel like the storage in the background filling up because if you keep your game on for like a couple hours and then go to like the menus or even where you'll notice it the most, go and change your AP. Like go into your AP and just change one, and it's like a half a millisecond delay when you're moving. You literally have to close out the game and then restart the cache and then fire it back up, and then you'll finally be okay for like an hour, and then it's brutal. And I hope that it's not happening in game, but like I don't know how it wouldn't, but I guess like it's in game you're playing just on the server and there's no memory involved. I don't know. I wouldn't think so, but I agree completely. They need to address. I don't know how they broke the menus already. Like when they make changes, guys, this is a perfect example of like the spaghetti code thing that has been mentioned a lot. They implemented ranked and hut champs, which is no different than years past. Like ranked is literally rivals, right? But in the UI, ranked rewards, you used to have to go in and you would get you would complete the complete hut champs. You would get that screen and then it would fire your rewards out, right? Because that screen is gone. They are having major issues giving out the packs for hut champs, and it's not automated. They've actually had to like go in and give out the packs manually. And to their credit, after the first one, they did it that night, but it's still insane, right? Like that's a perfect example of putting something new in. They think it's good, breaks 2 other things, and now they have to go and spend dev time to try and address that. They need to tear down the menu system entirely. It's been just, it has been in the game since what, NHL 16? I think it's NHL 16. If it's not 16, it's 17 for sure. Like the tile format. And that's crazy because that means it was coded in NHL 17, which 10 years of just trying to keep it up with the UI. Like, it's crazy. It's like trying to use like Windows 2000, like on for one specific part of the game. So that 100% needs to get fixed for sure. Speaking of captains, what if they could add alternate captain consumable to the captain card and lose their boost but still use the card? It's not like we don't have 20 A's in our collection. I was saying this on the weekend that like the McDavid issue specifically brought up a big point of like the 4 captain cards are so good. I think the 85 ones, like with Heiskanen, it was really Heiskanen or Doughty. The other ones were like fine, but they weren't like, man, you got to have them. But the Heiskanen card, I really went back and remade him because I liked Heiskanen and my team build more with Heiskanen in my lineup because he's such a good left-handed defenseman. Defenseman, there's like a righty and a lefty that are great, but they don't go together. So you need to have a like Nashville Predator or another card that you don't really want, but it puts into fix for either a +2 overall salary boost, Blankenberg, with Morrissey, for example, right? Like there isn't like a perfect 6 unless you want to go with like even McInnes. You got to pair him with I believe it's an Ottawa Senator. There's no like elite Ottawa Senator defenseman that isn't like Sanderson, like base cards, right? So even that still has the issue, right? But I would love to use my Captain McDavid because he is better than the base McDavid. He just is, right? But then you also allow me to use Heiskanen or use Captain Mac. I would make Captain McAvoy and keep Chara in and like only run one of the Captain boosts. Like I just want to use the card, right? And it's surprising to me that they haven't allowed us to utilize more of these cards because they're utilizing resources to make master set card art, but they're not like they aren't allowing us to use them all. They're literally only allowing us to use one at a time, which is a disaster. Like that's just a waste of resources, right? So I hope they come up with a way to allow both to be in or as many as you want. That would fix a lot of issues, especially with the McDavid owners. But I don't think it's like a bailout. I just think that all those cards should be able to be used, but only one captain boost at a time. And the captain consumable, man, I would love to earn a pack for the amount of alternate captains because that's a joke too. Sleeves, for the love of all things holy, please tell EA to turn off the energy drain in moments or let us change lines. Doing the regular weekly moments shouldn't be this hard. This is a major issue too, and I'm sure it's a tech issue that they don't know how to fix. Because when there's no line change, they want us to complete something with the specific player, right? They obviously can't have line changes in it because then that would kind of defeat the purpose. So because then you're waiting for him to get healthy or full energy again. So just allow everyone on the ice to just have full energy. Like, turn it off. I'm sure there's a slider in the background. Like, that 100% needs to happen. The Draisaitl one, too. Like, it's super annoying in that instance. As a full-time uni student with a job, I've decided for my own well-being that I won't play Chel Monday to Thursday to make sure stuff gets done. It's honestly been the best decision of my life. Chel has never been more fun. Always a week's worth of content to look forward to and tons of objectives to complete. Never a dull moment. Yeah, that's 100%. I think that with the current way that ranked is, when you know that you're not going to be able to jump up, you play a couple games of ranked because you enjoy playing ranked, right? But then you're done. You don't go and grind cup chase for the sake of grinding it. I think that you should finish the team of the week objectives for sure. Finish the moments because those take very little time if you're an online player. And then make sure you log in and grab your store pack for the collectibles. And then that's it. Like, I think that's the optimal way to play just a little bit. And playing on the weekend when you have a shot too, that's 100%. I don't think logging in and just until they fix rank rewards, what's the point if you're an online player? Like if you don't enjoy playing offline. Just my humble 2 cents. The only way to keep the game from being too demanding of your time is knowing when some objectives need to be visited on a rookie and when objectives can be pursued completed on Superstar Cup Chase. I.e., if there's a ton of objectives that need to be hit and you've only got 2 to 3 objective players, then set Cup Chase to rookie for 2 or 3 games so you can knock out a big chunk of them. Then, when the remainder of the objectives is more reasonable, switch back to Superstar so you'll be able to get the rewards that'll be worth your time. It's better to play 2 or 3 extra games on rookie than to have to play an extra 20 to 30 on Superstar trying to make sure you get your chores done, especially when the timer is at a point where the risk of you missing the chores' due date. Doing things this way is the only reason my team is now okay instead of complete and total poo. The same can be done in reverse. So what I do is I'll do a cup chase run, or at least I have because I've been live for a month straight. I doubt I'll do this when I'm off stream. because I only like playing online. Really, I don't love doing this. So what I'll do is put as many event cards in my lineup as I can, or whatever cards that will work towards objectives. And then once I've done that, go and play a Superstar Cup battle run, and I'll get however many done. I'll work on objectives, but for the most part, like if it's like the 60 assists or whatever it was with Team of the Week, the massive jump they had was just so silly because I was able to get everything done in one cup chase run. Like I was able to throw my few Team of the Week cards in and then get it done in a full cup chase run. With the crazy assists and goals, I wasn't able to do it, so I had to finish the cup chase run and I had to go and do a bunch of stuff with a few games of rookie, which I think is probably a better way to do it because you don't know how quickly you'll finish some objectives. But yeah, either or, like either do the cup chase run on Superstar and that's done, and then finish it out on rookie. That's the way, like, or do it first. Either one is fine. Surely they can make it possible to use more than one captain with the assistant captain card and consumables. Maybe, but again, this is a new menu system or a new menu AI or UI where it hasn't been in the game before, and we don't know how it works in the background with all the old stuff, right? Like that's the other big part of this is that we just don't know how it works with the other stuff. So that is going to do it for this episode of Coffee and Chel. Thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you guys later on today for more content as we get our first content drop of the week. I'll see you guys then. Have a good one.